you all. So we are going to start soon in another 30 seconds or okay, once the recording starts, then started already. Okay, so very good afternoon to all brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. Today is Sunday, 27 of, 28 already, 29. Oh, 29 already, very fast, 29 of March 2020. So it is a Sunday class, online Zoom conference. This is our third attempt. The second attempt, the recording has improved, turned out very well. So hopefully with this third recording, it can also help us improve further. So as I have stated in the notice to all Kayamita, today we are going to use this book, Straight from the Heart, Unique Dhamma Code by Bro Teoh, which we printed recently. So later on when I start, I will straight away go into this sharing. But before we start, we will have our usual simplified puja chanting. So let us get ready, develop the faith, saddha, virya, then mindfully we shall commence the puja chanting. You can do it from your side, in front of your altar, or you can just sit on the chair, it's okay. Arahang Sama Sambuddho Bhagava Buddhang Bhagavantang Abhivademi Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami Supatipano Bhagavato Saukasanggo Sanghang Namami Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Sanghang Saranang Gacchami Dutiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Dutiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Dutiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami Tatiyampi Buddhang Saranang Gacchami Tatiyampi Dhammang Saranang Gacchami Tatiyampi Sanghang Saranang Gacchami Panatipata Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Adinadana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Kamesu Michachara Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Musawada Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Surameraya Majapahadattana Veramani Sikkhapadang Samadhiyami Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. Then let us pay respect to Triple Gem. Buddhang Pujemi Dhammang Pujemi Sanghang Pujemi Then let's also pay respect to the Mahayana great beings. Huh? 南无本师释迦牟尼佛。南无本师释迦牟尼佛。南无本师释迦牟尼佛。南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨。南无观世音菩萨。南无阿弥陀佛。南无阿弥陀佛。南无阿弥陀佛。南无弥勒佛。南无弥勒佛。南无弥勒佛。南无普贤菩萨。南无普贤菩萨。南无普贤菩萨。南无地藏王菩萨。南无地藏王菩萨。南无地藏王菩萨。南无佛菩萨。南无佛菩萨。南无佛菩萨。Okay, then we will rejoice. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, thank you. Okay, yeah, a very good afternoon to all, brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. So once again, we have our online Zoom conference. Hope this can keep you all abreast with whatever self-practice or self-retreat that you are having at home. And if we can perceive things with wholesomeness, everything will turn out to be a blessing in disguise because there is no negativity of mind state. If you have read through the Tuesday class short note that I sent out today, and the other one was 2 days back, they are also very useful. They have a lot of very good Dhamma pointers and understanding behind which can be helpful. For the 2 latest Tuesday class outline short note, if you read through, it can help you to develop the understanding too, and they are very useful. Hopefully, if I have some time, I will go through it. I will do the review. But now, because it's a Sunday class, I'm supposed to follow the other book, Wu Liang Yi Jing, the Sutta of Innumerous Meaning. But I told them on lockdown, not so relevant because not everybody has that book. So I remember this book, the unique code, unique Dhamma code, which we have recently printed. It's a very important, like a handbook. It is like a very useful pointer towards meditation. So this book, if you read through and understand, then you can progress very fast. You can meditate very easily. So what I will do is, I will start off with page 22 and 23. The unique code, there are verses 76 until verses 84. So this few unique Dhamma code can help you develop a clear understanding. So now I read to you. Dhamma code number 76. To meditate, always remember, is not to create more thought. Instead, you need sati, the silent mind, to see the essential Dhamma, to understand clearly who are you and how do you function as a human being, and to understand clearly the 12 links of Paticca Samuppada links, or the law of dependent origination. The first 2 links of Paticca Samuppada are avijja paccaya sankhara. Therefore, when you think a lot, it means you have ignorance or avijja. You lack wisdom and you are heedless. So understand this very clearly. So instead, the enlightened ones, they only think when they need to, or else they are most of the time silent and just aware within. That should be your mind state when you are meditating. So silent and just aware within with specific phenomenal awareness or spacious awareness without a center. I believe by now most of Kayanamita should understand this last paragraph. What is specific phenomenal awareness? Means when you are aware of the specific phenomena, like when you are bowing, body and mind move as one. That is your specific phenomenal awareness of that motion of bowing. When you walk, just body and mind move as one. Awareness of walking. Like the Buddha said, walking, aware. Standing, aware. Sitting, lying down, aware. Just aware, don't try to know. Just do. Maintain the daily mindfulness. So that is specific phenomenal awareness. You anchor it initially to your kaya, then later on to external phenomena, what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, what you tactily feel and think. Especially what you see, your seeing consciousness. Take for example, a moving car. When you are mindful, the specific phenomenal awareness is your awareness and the movement of that thing move as one, without the word, without the concept, it's just aware. Finish. Then the next phenomenon. Sometimes you may be observing a plant or a tree, having its nature's phenomena, the movement and all those things. Then sometimes the hearing, the energy within nature, the great nature's natural vibration uh, and its movement. So all this, you can perceive them, you can be aware of them, but without words, your awareness and the thing move as one. So this is specific phenomenal awareness. Even smell also same, taste also same, tactile also same. Aware of that tactile sensation. There is no labeling, no word, no concept, nothing. So these are specific phenomenal awareness. You are just aware. That's it. Don't try to know. Then it will stabilize. It will become continuous finally. Then later on, when you are skillful, when you have developed the stability of it, you can try out the general spacious awareness without a center. Without a center means your mind doesn't dwell on the phenomena also. It doesn't stay anywhere. It is without a center, just fully aware. It's like the oneness nature. Yeah. So this awareness can be very different. This is what we call spacious awareness. There is space. And when you are completely still and silent, that space is the oneness itself. That's why you can have the ability to be aware of the entire existence. Then even very distant phenomena or sound. If your nature choose to know, through the awareness, it can perceive it, it can know. That's why that sensitivity is very different. I still remember in 1989 when I first experienced it, I was in the Cameron Highland retreat, Sampo Temple. That's why that temple there is very unique. The nature there is also very beautiful. I went into that specific phenomenal awareness earlier on. Then later on, the mind becomes so quiet and so still. I went into this spacious awareness without a center. Then I remember all of a sudden my mind is like one with the whole existence. Then whatever this nature want to understand, even very, very distant sound, could be outside of this planet or whatever, if it wants to be aware, it can be aware. Then I still remember after that, the mind went into a glimpse of cessation. It become completely transformed. Then after it come out, we understand many things. Then the other thing that I sent out for sharing under the Maikayamita site yesterday night, yesterday I think, is the 8D experience of listening to music. But you need a what you call that, earphone set. You plug it in, then you on that music. That one is a 8-dimension experience. And like what is written there, you can really listen with your brain. Then when you listen with your brain, it is like you are listening to outside, and that sound from that brain, you can detect it moving. It's like moving outside your brain. Then it is so beautiful, the music, that it appears each and every corner where it used to appear. That's how they did the 8-dimension. So when it comes to spacious awareness without center, it's like this experience has been magnified until the whole oneness, the whole universe. Until whatever that arises, you want to perceive, you can perceive it. It's just that analogy. So you will start to understand how unique your pure awareness is, your pure nature is. But that one cannot know. The moment you know is the mundane mind again. But when you are aware, there is no word. There is no word. Then later on, when you come out of it, you can share, you can describe it. So there is a very, very important understanding. Then we go to the next quote. Next quote is quote 78. For your meditative mind to be stable, listener, you need to have the initial wisdom, the 5 spiritual faculty, and the daily mindfulness properly developed or established. There are 3 things. Remember, for your meditative mind to stabilize, means mind enters sati, and you can be mindful, ever mindful in the midst of life, leading to heedfulness. You must have these 3 support. First, your initial wisdom, yoniso manasikara, means you must stabilize your understanding of the first and second turning wisdom through constant contemplative development of wisdom. So that constant contemplation, reflection, and inquiry after you have understood through the first turning, hearing, or reading is very important. Then as you understand, this understanding will stabilize when you contemplate and reflect and inquire deep into it. Then it will transform you. You will straighten your view, and you will not stir your mind and react to sense experience like before. Because the initial wisdom can prevent your mind from reacting and stirring. That's why your daily mindfulness can become more and more stable. There will be more and more moments of quietness, peacefulness, tranquility, and stillness. Because your mind no longer react. It can just relax away, don't do anything. Later on, even when in the midst of life, your daily mindfulness, you can do that. So initial wisdom is very important. Then when you have the initial wisdom, you need to stabilize your other spiritual faculty. Because the other spiritual faculty, which is your faith, saddha, virya, sati, samadhi, and panya, they are very important. The spiritual faculty must be stabilized until it becomes power, balance, unshakable. Until your faith is unshakable, your virya is unshakable. Of course, your sati will be unshakable when your initial wisdom is there. Because without the stability of sati, you cannot see, you cannot understand, you cannot awaken the turning, you know what I say. And because of that, your sati can hardly stabilize. That's why daily mindfulness, before it comes, sati sampajana, that's step 5. You must finish step 4, which is yoniso manasikara. So what I'm referring to is the Avijja Sutta, step 4 and 5. So now you see the linkage, the understanding of it. So once you have this initial wisdom, you must stabilize your 5 spiritual faculty until they become palas. Means until not only sati is unshakable, your samadhi is also very stable. Then you can see things as they are. Every moment of sense experience in the midst of life, your mind does not stir like before, does not create sense experience that leads to like and dislike, pleasant and unpleasant sense experience. But once you do that, this become mental hindrance, the first two, sensual desire and evil. So after your initial wisdom is developed, you straighten your view, then you have less and less of this internal movement or stirring of the mind, we call. Means you have less and less mental hindrance, the first two especially. Then from there on, you realize you can have more and more moments of awareness, mindfulness, where you are more quiet now, more peaceful. Your mind can accept the reality of the moment more and more without having to react to it or stir. To do that, you need stability of wisdom, understanding. So sati samadhi, once stabilized, you can see things as they are without the mind reacting or stirring. If your mind does not react or stir, means it's not acting according to memory, according to your views, opinion, and conditioning. But that thing will not disturb you anymore. Last time when you act according to memory, views, and opinion and conditioning, then whatever you feel is not in accordance with your views, opinion, you want to react to it. You want to comment. You want to do a lot of things. But now, with the initial wisdom established, you realize thing is just the way it is. Like the Buddha said, when condition is such, thing will be such. The way of the world is the world. People are just the way they are. The world is the world. When conditions are such, things will be such. Then different people do different things. Deluded people do deluded things. Ignorant people do ignorant things. Selfish people do selfish things. Angry people, emotional people do emotional things. They are just the way they are. So we can be at peace. We don't have to get angry. We don't have to develop the negativity of mind state, the fear, the worry, the anxiety, the sorrow, the lamentation, the sadness, and the unhappy. So all this, they will cease. So when they cease, your mind becomes beautiful. Your mind is always tranquil, still, peaceful, and just aware within. Because the wisdom will allow you to see things as they are and develop the acceptance to be at peace with all things. Then you can accord and flow. You can allow nature to unfold. Because when condition is set, things will be like that. So you are just silently observing life, observing nature. Then you understand. You start to understand. If you want condition to be such, you must plan the appropriate causes based on understanding. That's why if you want to improve your life, you must develop mindfulness, gratefulness to avoid all evil. Then cultivate wholesomeness, purify your mind, which is following the advice of the Buddha. Means you act according to noble eightfold path, which will lead to the end of all suffering. And that is what meditation is all about. Where if you cultivate noble eightfold path, it will lead to the end of all suffering. So when all suffering ends, what happened to you? You become enlightened. That's what meditation is all about. So cultivating noble eightfold path is the meditation as taught by the Buddha. That is the one that can bring about awakening, understanding, enlightenment in the here and the now. So this understanding will enable you to develop the meditation appropriately. So to stabilize the meditative mind, I repeat, you need the initial wisdom, you need the five spiritual faculty, stabilize until it becomes power. Then through that, the daily mindfulness will come to be. That's why step 4 leading to step 5 of the Avijja Sutta. Yoniso Manasikara will lead to Sati Sampajana. So 3 things. Initial wisdom, develop. Spiritual faculty, develop. Daily mindfulness, properly develop. The meditative mind will be very stable. Means throughout the day, you are in the state of heedfulness. ever mindful, constantly meditative, then you are destined for enlightenment. So this verse, Dhamma quote 78, is very useful. Then verse 79, when you walk this path of Dhamma, you develop wisdom, leading to virtue naturally. Without wisdom, there is no genuine virtue. So this is the best way to check your cultivation. If you have walked the path of Dhamma correctly, you will develop wisdom leading to virtue. Virtue means all of your good mind state, your kindness, your loving kindness, your compassion, your generosity, your contentment, your gratitude, uh, and all of the very virtuous mind state. So without wisdom, there is no virtue. So always remember, when you walk the path of Dhamma, you're not supposed to develop psychic. You're not supposed to develop a higher egoic mind to become like uh, very popular, famous, and all those things. Those are not the intent. The real intent is to develop wisdom, understanding, so that your mind can be free from suffering, so that it understands clearly what is going on. Then without wisdom, there is no real virtue, no genuine virtue, because the virtue without wisdom is virtue according to the individual, according to the respective cultivator. And that is not real virtue. That is virtue according to you. You may think you are already enlightened. You may think you are already very kind, very compassionate, very virtuous. But that is your thought telling you. So without wisdom, awakening, you cannot develop true, genuine virtue. Then that true, genuine virtue and wisdom will lead to humility, understanding. That's why the ego, like less and less, less and less, until finally is rooted out. There is no more atta inside there. To condition attachment, craving, clinging, and grasping. Then it understands very clearly that this five aggregate of form and mind is not what you think you are. They are impermanent. You cannot hold, you cannot grasp, you cannot cling, because it doesn't belong to you. It goes the way of nature. It has its characteristic. And because they are impermanent, it's not a permanent unchanging entity, it's not you. Therefore, it is anatta, non-self, empty, no reality. See that clearly, awaken to that through your meditation when you silence your mind. So all this is possible when you have developed the true understanding. So when you walk the path of Dhamma, most important, develop wisdom, understanding. That is the only thing that liberates you. Then once you have that understanding and the wisdom, personality-wise, character-wise, understanding-wise, you completely transform. And naturally, you are incapable of evil. That's why you are a virtuous person. You are a kind person. You will have all the good qualities in you. Then the four particular special quality of the enlightened disciple of the Buddha, you will have them too. Yeah. Like we chant, Supatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho. Yeah. So the Buddha said, they are of good conduct, upright conduct, wise conduct, and dutiful conduct. They do their duty very well. So all this will suffice. Then we go to the next quote, quote 80. True virtue must be accompanied by wisdom, otherwise it is virtue according to oneself. This one I have gone through, right? So we can move on to verse 81. Verse 81 is very important. The real meditation only begins when one's sati sampajana, means mindfulness and clear comprehension, has stabilized. Before it stabilizes, that is not the real meditation yet. Always remember, not until your daily mindfulness is very, very stable. Otherwise, you cannot see. You are as good as blind within the spiritual world. Because when we go out into life, our senses, the six senses are fully engaged. So without a stable mindfulness, you cannot cope with life. And without clear comprehension, you will debate. You will get yourself drawn away from the path of cultivation. Because other things will lure you. L-U-R-E, lure you. So verse 80 is very useful too. It is virtue according to oneself if you have not developed the true virtue. The true virtue is accompanied by wisdom. Very important. Then real meditation only begins when one's sati sampajana, means mindfulness and clear comprehension, has stabilized. That one I have gone through. So now we go to verse 82. This is the most important fundamental understanding of meditation. Originally, before the stirring of the mind, the true mind is already the meditative state of inner peace, silent and still inner awareness. This is the fundamental inherent nature of this self-nature. So each and every one of us have this Buddha nature. Some people call it the self-nature, the oneness nature, or the original nature, or the oneness nature, the true nature. Whatever name people give is not important. Most important is you must know that nature is within your form and mind all the time. The only difference is whether you are aware of it or not. When you are lost in thought, you completely heedless. You are hardly aware of it. That's why very few people understand that true mind, that pure awareness, that true nature. They cannot touch it. They can't even have a glimpse of it. How to understand it? They are always in the field of thought, thinking with all the concept, words, idea, knowledge. When you are silent without thought, that pure awareness nature, that silent mind, that is your true nature, your true mind. Realize that, stabilize that understanding until your mind is completely without thought for as long as you can. And this one you need to do in the form of meditation for those who already know how to meditate. But before the daily mindfulness arise and stabilize, it's very difficult to realize this true mind. When your spiritual faculty is developed, when your daily mindfulness is stabilized, the three things I told you, initial wisdom, yoniso manasikara, then spiritual faculty leading to sati sampajanya. These three, when it is there, real meditation begins. And real meditation is to understand that all Dhamma arise from this true nature. Because mind is the forerunner of all things. So when the mundane mind surfaces from this silent mind, that is the creation part. That is the beginning of the phenomenal world of consciousness that trigger off form delusion and thought delusion. So this is how meditation is to be understood. From the silent awareness, the stillness within the meditative mind, you develop understanding through being aware of all this movement created by the mundane mind, the conditioned arising mind, causal phenomena. So all these things, the essential Dhamma will become clear when you saw them in the meditation. To see them, you must have mindfulness, awareness, sati. That's why to meditate, you use the true mind, the silent mind. To live life, you use the mundane mind. You remember the triangle that I taught you all earlier on? And the four circles, how creation come about. From the source, the true nature, the oneness nature. The first thing that come out is the pure awareness, your true mind, your silent mind. From there, it creates the mundane mind. Then the mundane mind create the phenomenal world of form, phenomenal world of consciousness. That's how it happens. See it clearly in the meditation, in your daily mindfulness, in your formal meditation. When your mind is completely silent and aware, observe the movement. Don't try to know, just observe without word. You will come to know, it will awaken you. When you can see things as they are, the phenomena will tell you the story, will awaken you. But when you look for the phenomena, the characteristic of nature, that is thought-based. The thought is trying to relate to what you experience. And these are all thought, no reality. That's why the thought-based meditation cannot awaken. To really meditate, you need to go to the silent mind, the true mind. So I read to you verse 82 again. By now, you should understand clearly. Originally, before stirring, the true mind is already the meditative state of inner peace, inner awareness, silent and still inner awareness. This is the fundamental inherent nature of this self-nature. So stay with that one. Silently observe. We call it a choiceless awareness, aware, but there is nobody there. Because it's just a nature, awareness nature. There is no one to be aware. There is nothing for you to be aware to. The awareness is just aware, finish. Then don't try to know. But when you stabilize the ability to be aware, it will understand many things. It will awaken to many things. And this one is without thought, not through thought, nothing to do with thought. That's how the meditation is to be developed. Then verse 83, mundane mind without wisdom. The stirring of the mundane mind comes about only when you do not have the wisdom and understanding of this self-nature. True or not? Because you don't know that you have this self-nature, this pure awareness, this eternal nature, the unconditioned. If you don't know you have this, then how can you meditate? How can you understand who are you? What are you? You are always lost in thought, heedlessly, using thought-based meditation to search for the Dhamma or the truth which is beyond thought, beyond mind. How can you realize it? Because the instrument limits you. You can never understand. So always remember, mundane mind without wisdom, the yoniso manasikara or the understanding, can never develop the awakening. So the stirring of mundane mind comes about only when you do not have the wisdom. When you have the wisdom and the understanding of this true mind, the self nature, it will not stir, it will not react. You will just silent, relax, and aware, maintain awareness. Then everything will cease to be. Your fear, worry, anxiety, sorrow, lamentation, every mind state that you arise through your stirring of mind, you realize they are impermanent. Because of wrong view, you stir, you react. That's why like and dislike, pleasant, unpleasant, sensual desire and ill will, then born of delusion, your fear, your worry, your anxiety, your panic attack, and all those things. So all these are the negativity of mind state born of the three evil roots. And they come about through wrong view, lack of understanding, lack of wisdom. That's why it arises. So when it arises means you don't have the understanding of who you are, what you are, because you grasp and cling to the five aggregate of form and mind, the second aspect. The five aggregate of Rupa Vedana Sanya Sangramiya, thinking that it is real, it is you. That's how you suffer. That's the reason why the Buddha said, in short, final summary of the First Noble Truth. It is through self-delusion, Sakaya Ditti, that condition you to grasp at the five aggregate of form and mind. Upadana Khandas, that I call dukkha. That is precisely what it is. So if you cannot understand that, you will have problem. Yeah. So meditation is to understand. Mundane mind must develop wisdom, otherwise it becomes heedless. Yeah. and you can never awaken. So to develop meditation in a correct, appropriate manner, you need to understand you have two minds. One is the mundane mind, condition arising, mundane mind, dependent originating, mundane mind, which is impermanent. And because it's impermanent, it is anatta, empty, no reality. So see that. Then there is another mind, there is the true mind, the silent mind, the unconditioned. That one is a nature within, just aware. Cannot come out and live life, not a being. Realize that, understand, when you are with that, you are always at peace. Because there is no word, no concept, no thinking. So no concept, no word, no thinking means no fear, no worry, no anxiety, no sorrow, no lamentation, none of the mundane condition arising mind state. You are always tranquil, still, peaceful, aware with clarity. That nature is so beautiful. So realize that. Then verse 84, through ignorance you cause your mundane mind to arise via your reaction to sense experience. Uh, that one I already explained. Without ignorance, without wrong view, your mind will not stir. So with this, hopefully, you can progress very well. Then now I will come back to this book. I will read to you the introduction, so that you all know how this book come about. The first few pages, preface, page Romanized 1, preface. So you listen. Based on some very good feedback and suggestion from our Kayanamitas, we had the condition to listen, who had the condition to listen to Brother Teoh's Dhamma sharing over the past 15 years. Brother Teoh had agreed to allow his unique Dhamma code to be compiled into a booklet form for free distribution to all those who are interested and have the affinity to receive them. Then paragraph 2. It is also Brother Teoh's sincere wish that Dhamma friends, spiritual practitioners, seekers of truth, and cultivators will be able to make use of the enclosed unique Dhamma code to develop a clearer and better understanding of the Buddha Dhamma as taught by the Buddha, so that they may progress along the path of Dhamma to become more virtuous, nobler, and wiser living beings that can be a blessing to all of humanity and the world. This unique Dhamma code can benefit cultivators in many ways. You listen. It can benefit cultivator through acting as a clear, important pointers needed for cultivation, and to understand clearly what this awareness-based or sati-based meditation as taught by the Buddha is. Also to help cultivator understand the true meaning of sati and the two aspects of mind. As this unique Dhamma code were mostly compiled from the Dhamma sharing and talk delivered by Brother Teoh, the text is aligned as closely as possible to his unique style of speech while delivering the talk. However, some editorial amendment has been made to the text without distracting from the essence of the talk. With this, it is hoped that reader can adjust themselves accordingly to better understand its true meaning and intent. Then to listen and watch the recorded audio and video file, you can log in onto our website, http://brotherteoh.com. Under repository of Dhamma material, stroke, other audio files, stroke, SJBA talk, stroke, YouTube video, or just Google search for brotherteoh.com, or alternatively, Google search for Brother Teoh's Kayanamitta dash repository of Dhamma material to view them. So they are all in the website. You can go to them and read all the books. They are in e-book form and also PDF format. So you want a hard copy, you can request from us. You can request from any other Kayamita, and they can come and collect it from either me or Pamasri or Brother Sri Ansai, even me or Brother Teoh. Then acknowledgement. It is the donor's sincere intention that this booklet on the compilation of the unique Dhamma code by Brother Teoh be given free to those who are interested and have the affinity to receive them. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank and rejoice in the generosity and wholesomeness of all Dhamma friends and Kayanamita who have donated and helped out in one way or another to make this free distribution of Dhammadana possible. So let us rejoice. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Then special thanks should be accorded to Sister Lim Mb, who had taken her own initiative to volunteer to develop the initial draft compilation of my unique Dhamma code for my subsequent editing, thereby enabling this Dhamma booklet to be printed. Then, by the power of all this wholesomeness, may all beings be well and happy, free from all mental and physical sufferings and danger, and may there be love, peace, and joy deep within their hearts. And may it also pave the way for there to be causes and conditions for all Dhamma friends who have donated and helped out in one way or other to realize their good and noble wishes or aspirations soon as possible. So this is for those who help out. There are many who help out too, especially the printing of the book and the collection of the Kayamita Fund by Suya and Stephanie. They are our treasurer. And Pamasri and Brother Teoh, they are the one that help players with the printer and do up all the finalization of the formatting and all those things. Then many Kayamita also help out by giving feedback and helping us to do the spelling check, etc. Okay, with that, the biodata you can go and read on your own. Biodata is on page 4 and Romanized 5. Then we come to the main content, unique Dhamma code by the Teoh, straight from the heart. Okay, now I can go on to page 1. This one will give you the basic behind the understanding of this awareness-based meditation. So the first quote that you should be familiar with is the 4 meditation support for awareness-based meditation. What are they? So that you know how to do them. The first is to relax. Relax into every mind state that has a reason. Don't try to know. Then, second support is aware, naturally aware, without thought. Always remember, without thought. Maintain awareness for as long as you can. That is the third support. If possible, over 24 hours. Then, stabilize it. Then the last one is, you will only do later. Trust your inner nature to meditate without the interference of thought. That one is later. Then you have the stability of daily mindfulness. And when you can do the formal meditation, then when your awareness nature can detect the gateway to your nature, then only you do. And normally people who do this, they are already on the Bodhisattva way. Otherwise, for the sainthood way, you don't need the fourth support. You only need the first 3. So this is for all cultivator and Kayamita to have the understanding. Then Dhamma code number 2, to realize our self-nature. This is most important because without this you cannot meditate. Remember I told you, to meditate you have to use the silent mind. That's why you have to realize this, otherwise how can you meditate? So silence your mind, relax and maintain awareness. Then let it return to its original state. You will realize your true mind or your self-nature. So your mundane mind that constantly stir and arise. They arise through ignorance. That's why the first two links of the 12 links of Paticca Samuppada is Avijja Pacca Sankhara. When there is less avijja, there is less sankhara. That's why the very obvious sign of progress of meditation is when there is less ignorance, there is less sankhara. Sankhara is mental activity, mental thinking, mental reaction, mental states. That's why you want to know whether you have progressed or not. You check your mind. Does it still create mental volition, mental thinking, sankhara activity? Does it still react, stir, chatter, and verbalize? The trained mind is completely different. When you have straightened your view, you have less ignorance. Less ignorance, less sankhara. As I finally, all this sankhara activity will slow down and finally cease. And to do that, if you understand the four support, especially the first three support, then to meditate, to realize your true mind is very simple. You just have to relax, maintain awareness, and let the mundane mind slow down and finally cease. When it ceases, you will realize your true mind, which is all the time there. Because you are lost in thought, heedlessly lost in thought. That's why you cannot realize the true mind. You cannot know or understand that you have another nature behind the mundane mind. That nature is very beautiful. That is your self nature, your true mind, your true nature. That is the one that can allow you to understand many things, to awaken, to develop the wisdom and the understanding. That one is the one that can insight into phenomena and awaken without thought. That is the inconvenient. That one is just a nature within. It's not a being, it's not you. Understand it very clearly. So code number 2 by now I think should be clear. So when you meditate, relax, maintain awareness. Don't do anything. Don't try to know. Nothing. Stabilize the awareness. Then the mundane mind will slow down until finally it ceases. Realize that cessation. Then what is left is just the pure awareness. But because your wisdom is not stable and haven't reached the penetrative stability, that's why the pure awareness still there. But later on, when your wisdom is so stable, so penetrative, even that pure awareness will also cease to be. That's how you become enlightened. That's how you realize enlightenment, nibbana. Then you will go into the cessation of form and mind. Okay? So with that, I will move on to code number 3, which teach you how to meditate and explain very clearly to you what you're supposed to do when you are meditating. So meditation is just the silent mind being aware of what is going on within your form of mind. To see the truth of paticca samuppada or dependent origination clearly, and to see things as they are. We are the direct seeing without words, without knowledge, without thought. You don't look for anything. You're just silent, aware. Don't try to know. It will awaken by itself. That's how you should meditate. Okay? Then turn to the next page. Code number 4. This one explain further and make it very easy for you to understand. So Dhamma code, unique code number 4. Meditation is very easy when you understand that the natural state of mind before the stirring is your true mind. And that is your meditative mind, your silent mind. That is without thought, you are already aware. So don't try to practice to be aware or try to be aware, because the trying and the practice is by the thought. When thought is active, you are no longer aware, because you are already lost in thought, preoccupied with your thinking or verbalizing, chattering. So when you understand that, you will know how to meditate, and it becomes very easy, relax, aware. That's why no method, no technique needed. Technically, you can just straight away go in. If your spiritual faculty is there, it's even more easy. Because spiritual faculty there means mental hindrance no more. Then you will straight away enter sati. Because your faith, saddha, will make your mind very composed. Then virya, spirituality, will prevent you from being sleepy. And then the faith leading to spiritual tenacity or spiritual zeal will allow you to develop the meditative silence, the awareness. That's why the spiritual faculty fall into place. Saddha, virya, sati. Then when you stabilize sati, it becomes samadhi. With sati and samadhi, you can see things as they are and you will awaken to develop the wisdom. And that is what meditation is all about. So always remember, meditation is not to create more thought. Don't go and note. Don't go and create all those verbalization, thought-based meditation. The method and technique, if you don't know what they are for, you will get yourself entangled, thinking that that is the meditation. No, all methods and all technique or object of meditation, they are just skillful means to anchor the mind. Because their mind don't have the stability of spiritual faculty, the mental hindrance arise. So in order to keep the mental hindrance at bay, they need an object of meditation or a method and a technique to anchor their mind so that they are not lost in thought. That's why they go and do that. And most people find it so difficult to do because they lack understanding. They go and focus and concentrate and fix the thought so that it won't think. That is energy field, thought based. You cannot meditate that way because that is not a free mind. That is a focused, conditioned mind. The real meditation is free mind in samadhi, not in concentration. There is no focusing. So always remember that. Yeah? Then next quote number 5. Therefore, just relax and maintain awareness and let things be. Then the mundane mind will slow down and return to its original state before the stirring or thinking to become just aware. Stay in that state of awareness. Don't try to know, don't do anything. Whatever arises, let it be. Then let it stabilize. Stabilize. Then when you are more and more stable in that state of awareness, you will start to understand deeply, clearly, what that nature is. Beyond the form and mind, who are you? What are you? That is your true nature, your true mind. So stabilize that, understand that, and use that to meditate, to awaken even the daily mindfulness. Not until your mind in the form of meditation enters sati and develops passaddhi, which is the stillness of mind, tranquility of mind, silent mind, you cannot develop the daily mindfulness. But when your mind has entered sati and realized passaddhi and stabilized, then when you come out of it, your mind has entered sati, that everything you do is in sati. Every moment of awareness of kaya is in sati. Every moment of seeing is in sati. Smell, taste, tactile, thought, and hearing is all in sati. Then you can see the specific phenomenal awareness, spacious awareness without assent. All this you will experience. Then you can see the essential Dhamma very clearly because of that stability of sati and mindfulness. Then sati sampajana become very clear. That's how you meditate and progress. Okay, and we move on. Number 6. Meditation, as taught by the Buddha, is to develop the stable sati leading to heedfulness, to see things as they are, and to insight into the 3 universal characteristics of nature, namely anicca, dukkha, and anatta, to awaken, thereby realizing the wisdom needed to free your mind. So this is the ultimate understanding. When you are completely silent, aware, don't try to know, then that silent mind that is in sati and samadhi can insight into phenomena, because it is not acting according to memory, it's not seeing according to memory. It is the direct seeing that can awaken. It sees things as they are, without any views, opinion, or conditioning. It sees truth, the reality. Uh, like the Buddha says, seeing things as they are. Jnana dasana. Direct knowledge and vision of the reality, the way things are. This is what meditation is all about. Then next page is page 7. Most important understanding. Meditation must be done with understanding. If you don't understand what I described just now, you are wasting your time. You cannot meditate. But when you understand all those things that I share with you today, you will progress very fast. You can become enlightened very fast. You can awaken very fast. That's why, in a way, I realize it is a blessing in disguise that we don't have the retreat as scheduled in March. Because I realize if you go there without this understanding, most of you cannot cope. Then you are too busy listening and writing notes. Actually, don't write notes. Everything is recorded. The books are there. Listen attentively. That is most important. You want to make your own note later, make it on the book. That one will be helpful. When you go through your book with the note, it is your way of letting you understand better. Where everyone is different. So everyone need different pointers. Because we are all different. Some, their paths are different. Some receive very fast. Some slow. Some need a lot of example. Some need a lot of assistance. So everyone is different. But no matter what your past is, if you have the affinity to be born as a human being during the Buddha Sasana, you are not a normal being. You are very special. You are very unique indeed. You must have your nature. That's why this era, this window, a lot of you can receive the truth and awaken, provided you are sincere, you have the faith, and you really determine, persevere, committed to this cultivation and practice. You will really awaken. Yeah. And my nature has sent you the pure wish of Kayamita many times before, even the earlier retreats. Yeah. So do make use of this window to develop the understanding. So meditation must be done, I repeat, with understanding. Understand it clearly, then do. You progress very fast. Don't be too impatient to do. If you don't understand, you're wasting your time. That's why do with understanding. Develop the understanding. Then straight away when you go into it, you know what meditation is. You know what to look for. You just relax and wait. Stabilize it. Then after that, constantly listening to the Dhamma. Contemplate, reflect to develop the initial wisdom. First and second turning. Then silence your mind more and more. So that this stability of mindfulness can allow you to see things as they are, investigate Dhamma and all those things. Then when this one, investigative training, see clearly that all the teaching that the Buddha has taught you, the essential Dhamma, they stand up to investigation, the Dhammapada verses all things, then your faith become unshakable because you can see it clearly within your investigative training. So Dhamma Vichaya, the second enlightenment factor, can only arise when your sati is stable. That's why the first factor of enlightenment is sati. Then use it to investigate Dhamma. If it stand up to investigation, your faith in the Buddha Dhamma and the Sangha become unshakable. And that is step 3 of Avijja Sutta. When you have the faith, it will drive you to cultivate. Then the initial wisdom first, second turning wisdom leading to the third turning, they will surface. And when you have that, your mind does not stir like before. You straighten your view. You are able to realize the true mind, the silent mind. You are more and more heedful, more and more peaceful, mindful. There is more and more clarity. You are no longer heedless like before. That's why from that step 4, which is Yoniso Manasikara, the initial wisdom, it will lead you and give you the causes and conditions to realize step 5, which is Sati Sampajana, mindfulness and clear comprehension. Where when you straighten your view, you have less wrong view, avijja weaken, avijja pacha sankara less. That's why your stirring of mind, your reaction to sense experience, all this cut off. So when it's cut off, you have more and more moment of peace, more and more moment of silence and inner awareness. That's what the meditative mind is. Then with the faith coming in, you will definitely develop the stability of daily mindfulness, Sati Sampajana. And when Sati Sampajana is developed, you progress very fast. That's why that mindfulness is so stable and so clear. You can be aware of so many things. That's why you are incapable of breaking the precept. That's why after that, step 6 of Avijja Sutta is sense restraint. Automatic. You cannot break them anymore. Your mindfulness awareness is so clear, so stable. Your essential Dhamma is so clear. So you know what to look for. And you are so sensitive. You can sense that. You can be aware of them. So when you reach step 6, you are at least a Sotapanna. Then after that, the next step is step 7, when you start to cultivate Noble Eightfold Path, the initial 6 path factor, right view leading to right thought, right speech, right action, right mindfulness, and right livelihood, and the 4 right effort. Straight away, you will have the 3 type of right conduct. You can arise them. And when you are able to do that, you are definitely a Sakadagami. Then you cultivate 4 foundation of mindfulness. It will transform you, and you will awaken and become at least an Anagami or an Arahant. If there is still minor conceit, mana, then maybe Anagami. Otherwise, you straight away become Arahant. And this is sainthood way possible, not difficult. Very, very easy. Okay. With that, I move on to quote number 8. This one is the most beautiful and most important. Maintaining awareness. If you cannot do this, you will not progress in the Dhamma. You will not progress in your cultivation. To progress, you must have this ability to maintain awareness. Just silent, relax, aware for as long as you can. If possible, over 24 hours throughout the day. Then only your daily mindfulness can come in. Right? So to meditate is very easy. Just relax and maintain awareness. And the mundane mind will slow down until the meditative silent mind returns. With this understanding, you just relax and maintain awareness to develop the awareness-based meditation. Just let things be and don't try to know. The silent mind will develop the understanding and the awakening on its own. See this, understand this. Then you will progress very fast. Then number 9 is the most beautiful, the meditative mind. When you are relaxed, aware, and without thought, what happened to you? When you are relaxed, aware, and without thought, you are at peace, isn't it? Your mind is tranquil and still. This is your meditative mind. Your meditative mind is also your self-nature, your silent mind, your true mind. So use this meditative silent mind to be aware of what is happening within your form and mind. It is only through this awareness, which is beyond thought, beyond mind, that one can awaken. So now it's very clear. If you don't do this, you can never awaken. So all these are very important and powerful you need Dhamma code. Then code number 10. To realize profound wisdom, listen, ask yourself this question, inquire, without thought, who are you? The bracket is my answer. Try to develop your own understanding. Why did I say you are nothing and you are nobody? Find out. When you can understand what I say in the bracket, I start doing. You have already developed the understanding. But not through knowledge, please. If you through knowledge tell me, but until I know I am nothing and I am nobody. But every moment of living life, the atta is still very strong. You can still be emotional, fearful, angry, and do all those funny things. But that one is knowledge based. But if you really have the understanding without thought, when you are with that true nature, that nature is not a being. That's why there is no atta. There is nothing. There is only tranquility, stillness, silence, awareness, leading to wisdom. And from wisdom comes virtue, comes goodness, kindness. That's why all enlightened beings, especially Sammasambuddha, they are perfect in wisdom and virtue. Without wisdom, there is no real virtue. I already explained earlier on. So this is how you develop the meditation and the understanding. Inquire without thought, who are you? Then find out why I say you are nothing and you are nobody. Then actually I given you the answer. You are just that awareness nature within. That's why I emphasize, realize this clearly, then profound wisdom will dawn upon you. When you can understand this, you are just the awareness nature. You are not a being within. You will develop great progress. Because with that, you will realize the profound wisdom. Or in my own words, realize this clearly, then profound wisdom will dawn upon you. Okay, next one, quote 11. Understanding meditation. To meditate is to silence your mind, to be aware of the truth and the reality within the moment. Aware of what is happening within your form and mind. It is through this awareness, which is beyond thought, beyond mind, that one can awaken. So this one is just for your understanding. Then wisdom. If you want to understand what is real wisdom, you must read and understand this. Excuse me. I need a drink. Ability to be at peace with every moment of sense experience and having the ability to resolve all issues amicably is true wisdom. So you want to check very easy whether you have the real wisdom or not. Do you have the ability to be at peace with every moment of sense experience? Not only during crisis time. If crisis time you can do it, means you're not bad. But every moment of sense experience. And having the ability to resolve all issues amicably is true wisdom. Second part is the most difficult. If you have the real wisdom, you can resolve all this life situation and issue amicably. That is true wisdom. Okay? Then solving problem, next one. Code number 13. Always remember, especially during crisis time like now, COVID-19 and all those things. Or they may worry about the economy, currency crisis and all those things. And here now we may land into recession and economic crisis. But always remember, how can you solve problem? No amount of fear, worry, and anxiety can solve your problem. Because these are negative mind states with the evil roots. To understand, there must be awareness and clarity of mind. Therefore, do not project your thought, especially the wrong thought. To arise the fear, worry, and anxiety. Instead, develop wisdom and virtue to solve your problem. Develop wisdom and right view to accept the reality of the moment so that you can be at peace with a calm and clear mind to help you move on. Then resolve issue amicably following noble improvement. So this code number 14, I must explain a bit, otherwise not easy to understand. What do we mean by develop wisdom or right view to accept the reality of the moment so that you can be at peace with a calm and clear mind? How can you do that? You should recollect what the Buddha said. Whatever that arises in this world, the Buddha said, there are causes and conditions behind. So what he has taught you is very simple. If the causes and condition behind is already set, what does it mean? Means things will unfold and happen in that way, understand? Now? That's why he put it in the opposite sense to let you understand. Whatever that arises, means this thing happened already, arise already, like COVID-19. Okay? There are causes and conditions behind, like what we have gone through in our earlier two sessions. Because the human consciousness need to be taught a lesson. We have to evolve. So when you do a lot of the wrong thing that is against nature's law, then there is a sign that nature will introduce back to you. Then this thing will come in the form of either war or economic crisis, or in this particular case, as a pandemic, COVID-19. Then it will let you understand whatever you do to nature. If you destroy nature, you harm nature, you develop negativity of mind state, then you destroy yourself. Here you are part of nature. We are all one. One is all is one. The oneness nature, we are all interconnected, each and every living being. So this understanding is very important. Without this understanding, you cannot develop wisdom. So the Buddha said, learn to see things as they are, awaken to the truth and the reality. So we have gone through. Past already gone, future yet to come. Both are not reality. So the only reality is the present moment, the here and the now. So whatever that arises moment to moment, that is the reality. So we have to accept that reality. That's why Krishnamurti call it what is. We have to be at peace with what is. Otherwise, you want things your way, which is not nature's way, you will suffer. When you cannot get what you want, you suffer. So this wisdom comes from that right view that the Buddha has taught us. When condition is already set, things will be such, it will unfold. So let it unfold mindfully, with sati, awareness, understanding. Follow it, accord and flow with it. Do not react, do not stir your mind, do not panic. Then you can have that wisdom to be at peace, because your acceptance free your mind. But doesn't mean you cannot act. After that, you act with clarity, with understanding to resolve all your so-called problem in inverted comma, or life situation or issue amicably, following what? Noble Eightfold Path. Noble Eightfold Path is the meditation. And that one is without negativity. That's why you can resolve all issue amicably following Noble Eightfold Path. And you cannot resolve issue amicably following Noble Eightfold Path, then you don't have wisdom, like what we went through just now. Then quote number 15. Whenever one is not peaceful and unhappy, the evil roots of greed, hatred, and delusion are already there. This is the best way to check your cultivation, especially your daily mindfulness. Then develop mindfulness well, so that you are sensitive enough to notice all this fine and subtle negativity of mind states. See, all the quotes are so beautiful when it teaches you how to develop the meditative training to see clearly how you get yourself entangled and how you can free your mind. Then next page, page 6. Quote number 17. If one can accept the reality of the moment with wisdom, following the advice of the Buddha, then one can always be at peace. This is what you must develop. If one can accept the reality of the moment with wisdom and move on, then one will not suffer. This is what you must have as understanding. Then acceptance is wisdom. Quote number 19. When you can accept the reality of the moment and do not stir your mundane mind, there is no fear, no anxiety, and you will also not blame others. Your mind is quiet, leading to clarity of mind. With this, you can resolve all life issues and problems, so-called problems, amicably, following Noble Eightfold Path, and move on with your life smoothly. Then maybe we will stop at quote number 20. Noble Eightfold Path is the meditation as taught by the Buddha, because cultivating it will lead to the end of all suffering. So we end here. I will make a note. Okay, then maybe we will open up for Q&A. If there's any question, you all can ask. Okay. Anybody show hand sign or reaction, then we will call you. Anybody? Huh? Don't have. Well, a lot of people, the video not on. Why are you so shy? Now on your video so that we can see. Or anybody, if you unmute everybody first. Unmute all. Oh, I saw Pamasuri smiling. Okay, now everybody already unmute. Those who want to ask question, you can ask. Then we will mute the rest after that. Who is it? Who is it? Can you mention your name? Anybody? Yes, I saw a hand just now. Go back. Who is it just now with the hand up?
Chui.
Chui, yes. Okay, we mute the rest. Chui, you wait. We will on back you. Yeah. On back Chui. Chui, yeah, now you can speak.
Hi, Brother Teoh. Thanks for that very, very good talk. This is about point number 10, when you talk about to realize profound wisdom.
Yes.
Without thought, who are you? You are nothing and you are nobody. You are just the awareness nature within. Realize this clearly, then profound wisdom will dawn upon you.
Yes.
Now, as you said that, I was just wondering, you're talking about the true mind, and the true mind, is it awareness or is it consciousness? How are you going to differentiate between consciousness and awareness?
Okay. Good. Okay, I will explain to you, because most people are still not clear. When I say realize that true mind, that pure nature within, and what did I tell you? Without thought, who are you? You are nothing. You are nobody. Why? Yeah, I explain. After that, I explain. You are just that awareness nature. Awareness means the pure awareness before the content of consciousness go in. It's the pure awareness. There is no atta, nothing. But when the content of consciousness go in, then the atta arises. Then thought arises. Understand? So the awareness nature is just a nature. You know what is a nature? Like your karmic nature. Can you say your karmic nature? You can say that word, but is it something tangible? Your karmic nature is a summation of all your mental intention, life after life, since the distant past until now. It becomes a nature of its own, understand? Then spiritual nature also same. All your perfection cultivate summation of that, it store up as a nature. So this karmic nature and spiritual nature are really difficult enough for you to understand, because It is not a being. It is something stored up in nature. But when it comes to this pure awareness nature, it's even more difficult to understand. Where it is from the source, the oneness, the first thing that come out. It's just aware. That's why it's not a being. It cannot come out. It's not even a consciousness. It's just that nature which is aware. And the example that I always give you all is when you are in complete silence in the midst of night, at night, when everything starts to, especially now, COVID-19, with the lockdown, you can hardly hear any car. I was told after today, 6 o'clock you go out, whether you want to buy thing or what, they will catch you and find you. Because it's completely locked down, I was told. I don't know whether true or not. So during that time, no cars, no movement. Yeah. But they did have some exception. If you need to go to hospital, you need to see emergency or what, then valid reason they can still accept. Otherwise, it's a complete lockdown. So when it's a complete lockdown, when there is no vibration, no car movement, no activity, suddenly the night is completely quiet and still. Then who is aware of that silence within nature? When it's completely silent, there is no sense data, no vibration, nothing. And yet there is something that can be aware of that. That is the unconditioned. Without condition, no hearing consciousness, and yet that nature can be aware. That is your true nature. That is your essence of mind. That is your true mind. Realize that. So it's not a consciousness. Okay? Yeah. Now we all
okay.
knew that.
I misunderstood because I always thought that the pure consciousness in any case does not have any content. It is just the way you just know, and it becomes part of awareness when it sort of merges together.
But it's beyond that. It's a nature. Nature. It's not even the pure mind.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else? What happened to your self-retreat? Huh? You got any question? Anybody else? You unmute. Let's. Alicia. Yeah, Alicia. Yes.
Hello,
Alicia.
Brother Teoh.
Can hear you. Yes.
Brother Teoh. 我想 record 我的 meditation 在无边金色。礼拜前 I think the last 无边金色 retreat, I mean 那个 meditation
session, yeah.
我就是从我这个有 awareness like aware 你的 surrounding 进去另外一个我不懂得怎么样讲，就是他就是这一次的 experience 他很清楚，它只是一个 awareness， 然后从那个 awareness 慢慢出来的时候，我才有sense data 慢慢进来。这一次的 experience 就比较清楚过之前的 experience。maybe Brother 就可以概括一下。
Okay, for those who don't know Mandarin, maybe I explain a bit. For Alicia's case, she has already developed some good understanding of what this awareness nature is. That's why she can silence her mind. She can develop it very well. So what she told me was the previous session before the lockdown, the last session at Wu Ping Jing Sir, she was doing the lying down meditation because on the Sunday Wu Ping Jing Sir Dhamma class, we normally have a session of meditation, minimum 30 minutes. Then that day I remember was 45 minutes. So she silenced her mind. She went through that silence. Then it stabilized. Then she understand what that thing is. She don't know how to describe, just now she said. But never mind. You like I say, you can use your own word. If you have it, I will know. Otherwise, you cannot describe. So what she described is, from that nature, there is nothing. No word, nothing. But then, because she is so clear inside there, although not very stable, then all of a sudden, how this one become aware and come out and receive sense data, she can see it. Means the awareness can be aware of it. Then only she understands how the aggregates of mind come out. How the thought surface, how the perception, the words, the naming, the labeling, how they arise, how creation starts, how the mundane mind arises. So that is very beautiful. That's why I say sadhu. Then he said today, in her house, when she do the meditation, that understanding and experience become clearer. She can see all this clearly. That is the real meditation. You cannot see all this. That's why I cannot share further. I cannot take unless somebody reach this stage. The awareness nature is very beautiful. It's not a word. It's not a concept. It's something you must realize in the meditation. I hope all cultivators start to have that understanding. Then you can progress. Otherwise, not easy. Not until you stabilize the awareness nature, your mind cannot enter sati. You cannot develop daily mindfulness, really. When you have this stability of mindfulness and awareness to be in this state, to see clearly what that nature is, then when it moves and come out and create, then you understand clearly, who are you? What are you? Without thought, who are you? That is the real understanding. When you see it in the silent awareness, in that nature, that is the direct seeing. That is the awakening. Without word, you will understand. And when it come out, you will know how to describe, like how she described. That's why let us rejoice. Huh? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Very good. So go back to Alicia now. Alicia, okay? Yeah?
Yeah. 可以，清楚清楚，谢谢 Bro Teoh，阿弥陀佛。
阿弥陀佛。Okay, anybody else? Anybody else? It's 4:32 already. Never mind, I give you another 8 minutes. Like yesterday, we extra 10 minutes. We're supposed to stop at 4:30. Now 4:32 already. Anybody else? Do you have any comment or question? I want your feedback. You just have to wave your hand. Then I will know how to look for you. Anybody? Or unmute everybody. I think easier. Unmute everybody, and somebody who wants to share or ask question, you can just come in. Then I will ask you, who are you? Then you tell me your name. Anybody? You realize when we unmute the background sound, nobody. How do you all find the session? Any comment now? You can speak now.
Can I take the liquid I drop now?
What's your name? What's your name?
Fine.
Who is it that wanted to say something? Let me know your name. Who is it?
The finger's quite not there yet.
Angie, you want to say something? Is it Angie? Pang's wife. Just now did you say something? Yeah. You mute the rest first, you wait. Yes, Angie. Yeah. Sadhu. We have to on you back. Okay.
Sadhu, Brother Teoh.
Sadhu. Yes. You want to ask something or share something? How do you find the video?
Oh, it's good. I mean, more relaxing. That means
Sadhu.
in their own space, you know, comfortably.
Yeah.
Brother Teoh doesn't need to come out.
Yeah. That's why I say it's a blessing in disguise. This lockdown, we can have the first experience of what Zoom conference is all about, so that we can still interact without physical contact. Understand? This one is real social distancing, real far away. We not only distance ourselves physically far away, even the image that we receive also not too near.
Yeah, it's very good. Very relaxing.
Very good. I need your feedback. Yeah. Very good. Any question? Yeah.
Refreshing refresher course.
Okay.
In the current environment, I think there's like an atmosphere of uncertainty and fear. And now with the almost going to lockdown, so people are rushing for food, and there's like people are quite fearful. So this is a very good time for reflection, in the sense I can get into myself to see the fear, and then to really do some good reflection.
Just now we already gone through it. No fear, worry, anxiety can solve your problem. That is a negativity of mind state.
But now we are in the real situation,
I know. I try to explain. I understand you may not have it. Don't worry. I try to explain so that Amita understand. Because this stirring of mind arises due to people's lack of understanding of the Buddha Dhamma, the teaching. That's the reason why quote number 13 just now I went through with you all. I stated there very clearly, no amount of fear, worry, and anxiety can help you or solve your problem. That is a negativity of mind state. They are evil, make you evil. Bring about negativity of mind state means negative karma, bring about downfall. So what the individual cultivator should do, especially Kalyamita, is accept the reality of the moment, like the Buddha say. Causes and conditions already set, established. It can never change. COVID-19 is a reality. It has unfolded every day, every moment, the way it is. Especially now, you see a lot of countries overtaking China, because China has done it beautifully, correctly. And that is the model for people to follow. But if people still do not follow, then when it becomes very serious, very bad, then it develops crisis. Then when they see like pandemic, nowadays the social media is so efficient. It spread both good and bad news, real and fake news. So rumor is bound to be. But without Dhamma, without wisdom, you can be influenced. It can condition your emotion. That's why the best way to test is to face a crisis, to face all this reality. Life itself is your best teacher. When you can confront them with understanding, when you can still be at peace, like just now I explained, with every moment of sense experience, that is wisdom. Then the deeper wisdom is when you can resolve all issues amicably. That is real wisdom. So develop all those things. Other people panic and all those things, you have to understand it is their condition. When they don't have Dhamma, they don't understand, they will behave like that. That's why I say deluded people do deluded things. Heedless people do heedless things. So this is how, as Dhamma practitioner, we should understand the causes and conditions behind. Then we can develop more and more understanding and be at peace more and more. That's why we can learn to see things as they are, as per the Buddha's teaching. The world is the world. And this one needs understanding, deep, stable understanding to be able to act. Otherwise, it's just knowledge. Most people can say, can talk, can repeat what I say, but they can't act. During crisis, like that day we went through, crisis not necessarily global. Sometimes a personal life crisis can actually create a lot of suffering to living beings, and sometimes lead to suicidal tendency. Yesterday, you heard on the news, my wife told me, don't know which hospital, there was a guy, he was called in for the COVID-19 test. Then within a short period, less than a day or what, he committed suicide, Then the result come out negative. Oh, see? That's why this is something that can happen. That's why do not panic, do not fear. The reality is, if condition is such, things will be such. Accept, then let it unfold. Then have good mind state. Take care karma. Karma take care of your life. Have faith in the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. So understand what the Buddha say. Whatever that arise, there are causes and conditions behind. And most of this, the Buddha has already explained under the fifth daily contemplation. We are all born our karma, heir to our karma, conditioned and supported by our karma. And we are what we are because of our karma. So take care of karma. Then after that, karma will take care of everything else. So whatever that arises, let it be. See it clearly, accept the reality, then act with understanding. Do what you have to do. No need to go and worry, panic, and do all those foolish things. Okay? So maybe we should end. Now it's 4:41. Okay. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. You can unmute everybody. Then we, anything, Chui? You want to say something, Chui?
No, thank you very much.
Yeah, sadhu. So now we will share marriage, cancel marriage. Then we end. Akasata cha bhumata
Mata
deva
Deva Naga Mahitika Punyam Tang Anumo
Jirang rakantu loka sasana Ittawata Chamehi Sampadan Punya Sampadan Sabbe Deva Anumodantu Sabba Sampati Siddhya Idang Menya Tinang Hotu Sukita Hontu Nyatayo Idang Menya Tinang Hotu Sukita Hontu Nyatayo Idang Menya Tinang Hotu Sukita Hontu Nyatayo Dewa satu kalena sasa sampati hetu cha fito bhavatu loko cha raja bhavatu dhammiko imina punyang kamena mame bala samagamo satang samagamo hotu yawa nivana patiya sadhu sadhu Sadhu, and I rejoice in the wholesomeness of all Kanyamita. And may this wholesomeness pave the way for you to realize your good and noble wishes soon as possible. And may all your loved ones and yourself be well and happy. Take care, stay healthy, develop faithfulness, mindfulness. Then make use of the opportunity and the condition to develop your meditation, self-retreat, contemplate, reflect every moment, every day, so that your daily mindfulness stabilizes, so that you can live the heedful life as per the teaching, as per what Lord Buddha has taught us. Then you will become beautiful, you will progress very well. Sadhu, let us rejoice one more time. Sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Good. So good. We will stop the recording first.